Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today it's Erev Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is going to start in a few hours. September 29th, 2019. What do we have here? Strong hand. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Offended by selling, of course. Unconfiscatable. Conviction. Do you guys have conviction? Are your hands still strong? Are you freaking out about that fiat freak of a price? I'm not. Hello, my elite friends. It's great to be here live with you. Again, since we're live, you can do Q&A. There's Q&A today. You can type in Bitcoin Meister. I will answer your questions. Remember, check out Fridays This Week in Bitcoin Show. It was incredible with Caitlin Long. DisruptMeister.com. Follow me on Twitter, TECHBALT. And yesterday's Beyond Bitcoin Show, that was Saturday night. That was a lot of fun also. And that was only a few hours ago. So check that out. DisruptMeister.com again. Hey, for all you backed freaks out there, there is something called the Backed Bot. And that is on Twitter. You can follow it. It gives you, it's the Backed Volume Bot. For those of you that are interested in keeping up with the Backed saga and what's going on, the volume over there. All right, so that is linked to below. Also linked to below is a tweet by Matt Brown in South Africa. I was recently on his show, and just retweet that tweet because it's a link to the show that I was on. If you want to watch that show, I was on the show, and it's always great to talk with Matt, and so retweet that. And yeah, I wanted to remind everyone, a new show here every day, but tomorrow is Rosh Hashanah, so there will not be a new show tomorrow. I might, in the next few hours, be able to set something as a premiere, like some type of mix of my podcast or I don't know, a redo of an old show. Who knows? So you might get something tomorrow, but it won't be a new show. It is Rosh Hashanah. There's only 2 days of the year. There's not a live show or new show, and that's and usually this is gonna be the first time there's actually gonna be any sort of show on Rosh Hashanah if I can get something out, if I can upload something before Rosh Hashanah starts. But yeah, the first full day of Passover and the first full day of Rosh Hashanah, there are no shows. That's the truth. But conviction, I do a new show every day. Even when I traveled from freaking Israel to Baltimore, and I got one in before I left Israel, and I got one in when I got back, and you got everything here, guys. So that's one thing you can count on here. The conviction, I've got a commitment. You always get some new, interesting material. You tune in, you're going to get something different every day. Definitely something different every day here, right? It's not what CoinDesk dictates. I don't do the big headlines. I think about it. I read the Twitter. I do the research before the show, and I give you the original stories. So enjoy it. And it's Happy New Year for everyone that's celebrating Rosh Hashanah with their family, like I will be in a few hours. It's great, but still a lot to do before then. I have to go running, and there's just a lot. I got to go to synagogue once it starts. Oh god, there's so much to do. All right, so let's focus on this though. Bitcoin focus, yeah. Pound that like button. So there's a very interesting quote in this this Forbes FUD article. It's called "Bitcoin Chaos Continues" as Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg reveals Libra woes. This article is from 2 days ago, and it does reveal a little bit about the mindset of the current crypto market. I would say the entire cryptocurrency market and the Bitcoin market. There's so much of a fixation on Libra, and it really it should not be a bellwether. But here we go. Bitcoin traders and investors have closely watched the development of Facebook's Libra, which has been adopted as something of a cryptocurrency regulatory bellwether as a tacit endorsement of Bitcoin's underlying blockchain technology. Now, I do think, I think in a sense, it is a regulatory bellwether for cryptocurrency, okay? But does that really matter to me? Does that really matter to me? No, I don't care. Bitcoin is going to be able, Bitcoin doesn't care what the regulators think, all right? But because it is If all of a sudden the Senate and the Congress and all the other countries would be like, oh, we're not giving you any trouble, Facebook, Libra, then it would bode well for all of the altcoins out there. And so it is a bellwether in that sense, in the regulatory sense. But what has happened here is, I think the market, the crypto market, the Bitcoin market, the people who buy and sell and flip and do all these ridiculous things and trade, a lot of 80%ers there. They want easy answers, and they're allowing the news that the Libra news, because there is no Libra yet, to be a bellwether for Bitcoin, and that's just not the case. But this is where the big boys play. And we're going to have to deal with it. If the market says, panics when there's bad Libra news and they sell their Bitcoin, well, then that's it. That we're going to have to wait through that as holders. And I can say, I think too many people allow Libra to become an overall Bitcoin bellwether, not just a regulatory one. But this is where the big boys play. So the market is made up of people like this, and then we have to deal with the good and the bad days. We have to deal with, if the market is the Bitcoin price market, the crypto price market, if it is affected by whatever news comes out about Libra, we deal. There are good days and there are bad days. And so they will eventually, if this really is affecting the market, if people are letting Libra be a bellwether for Bitcoin, okay, they will learn the hard way that one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin, that Bitcoin is not Libra, and that Libra is not the next Bitcoin. So anything can happen in Libra land. People are very impatient about it, and so they think they hear Mark Zuckerberg said that, he implied that there could be delays. It might not be 2020, maybe it'll be 2021, and it comes out. Okay, that's Libra's business. That's Libra's business. And again, I wish Libra well, because I think it will onboard a lot of newbies into cryptocurrency and thus into Bitcoin. But so many people are so impatient in this space. If they don't have Libra tomorrow, they sell their Bitcoin. I mean, and that's what people are going to do. And as holders, we have to recognize that. That's their right to freak out like that. And we shouldn't freak out when the fiat price goes down, because people are irrationally freaking out because they have high time preference and they must have their Libra now, and they're not getting their Libra now, so they sell their Bitcoin. I know it sounds ludicrous. Mark Zuckerberg says that that Libra might be delayed. Oh, better sell my Bitcoin. I know but hey, 80% are going to do what they're going to do. And if the market is made up of a lot of people like that, then so be it. I don't care. I hold my Bitcoin. I know one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. I'm not freaked out about it, but I'm here to explain it all to you. So a tweet that is out there by Turdemeister. Oh, by the way, you just type in Bitcoin Meister and I will answer your questions. I see some people are just typing stuff in there, but that's cool. Turdemeister has a tweet. Mayor multiple is back under 1, i.e. the Bitcoin price, you fiat freaks, is now lower than its 200-day moving average. And some people consider this a buy sign, that Bitcoin is undervalued now. Now, I don't buy into all that. I love Trace and everything, and this is for fiat freaks. I mean, this is for people who are scared to dip their toe into into buying Bitcoin, and they need an excuse. Well, if now's my time. If the Mayor multiple is under 1, it's cheap, so I better buy it now. But then some of these people, they're like, well, now better sell it now because the Mayor multiple is high. It's overpriced or some ludicrous thing like that. Okay, well, here you go for you fiat freaks. There's a buy sign for you. You know what the buy sign is for me? Well, that's like me understanding what Bitcoin is and that it's going to change the world and that it's 2014, 15, and 16, and 13, and I better buy. That was my buy sign. I don't need a Mayor multiple. There was no Mayor multiple in 2013, okay? There was no Libra talk in 2013. I understood then. I thought it was a good price then, And I thought to myself, what do I need to? How much of this stuff do I need to have a bright future? And I think I made a good decision. And you guys think the same thing. Again, it's all about getting one Bitcoin. That's your first goal, one Bitcoin. And then you decide, well, how much of this stuff do I need to have a bright future? Where I can live a free lifestyle, where I don't have to report to a boss, where I don't have to worry about being canceled. Pound that like button. Okay, so for all you altcoin flavor of the month fans, Udi down in the land of Israel, where I just was. Udi has a very interesting tweet. Udi Wertheimer, more specifically, if you need his last name. He said, what's he say here? The U.S. dollar notes, this is a joke, of course, people. Don't go too crazy, but you can learn a lot from this joke. U.S. dollar notes are antiquated, haven't been refreshed in decades. Anti-counterfeiting methods are ineffective and embarrassing. Venezuelan bolivars are high-tech, new and innovative. Note types entered circulation just months ago. I'll be stacking up those. So yeah, altcoin flavor of the month, people. That's a good tweet to study there. Venezuelan banknotes, they're technologically advanced compared to the dollar. Better stack those. Value your wealth in Venezuelan. If you're a fiat freak, of course you're going to value your wealth in Venezuelan banknotes. I mean, they're so much technologically, they're new. They're the latest thing. They're the flavor of the month. The dollars are old and they haven't been updated in a while. All right. They're slow. All right. Lightning Network vulnerability. Roast Beef says fooled, and this is linked to below. So if all you Lightning Network freaks if you need to hear about the Lightning Network and what really happened, full details of the recent vulnerability affecting several Lightning Network Lightning implementations have been published in this post, linked to below. We describe the vulnerability, how to ensure your node is safe. Oh, I just said that with a Baltimore accent, didn't I? Node. Pound that like button. And how to use tools we created to detect if your node was targeted. Okay, if you guys are curious about that, it's linked to below. Nick Carter sums it all up nice. Lightning vulnerability is certainly perturbing, but vindicates everyone that caution against over-allocating in the incipient stages. So here we go, dudes. We've known all along that this thing was, it wasn't ready for prime time yet. Don't put too much into the Lightning Network. I didn't play around with it at all. So I knew not to mess up, that I knew that it could mess up, excuse me. But hey, this is why you experiment on the second layer, okay? This is a second layer solution on top of Bitcoin. It can have vulnerabilities. You do not experiment on the base layer and put a vulnerability into the base layer of Bitcoin. So this is the beauty of second layer experimentation. You can have a vulnerability. It doesn't bring down the entire coin. It didn't really even affect that many people apparently. Didn't bring down the Lightning Network, but it was a learning experience for those that are trying to build this thing into a 100% reliable type of second layer solution on top of Bitcoin. So there's your story. Here we go. The last tweet before Rosh Hashanah. This is from American Hold. He's got, first of all, there's a picture of Trace Mayer at the Wyoming event with Caitlin. And again, she talks about it on This Week in Bitcoin show, linked to below. And the guy focuses on the shoes that Trace is wearing. He says, this is what low time preference looks like. Trace is a billionaire. Now, I'm not saying he's a billionaire, but this guy is. Trace is a billionaire, and he buys his shoes in the clearance bin at Payless. And Jim, a guy who often comments on these videos, points out in the thread that no person in the photo, it was Trace and Caitlin and someone else, all Bitcoiners, No person in the photo has any jewelry on, okay? So just a reminder, low time preference. It's how you become wealthy. It's how you maintain your wealth. Deferral of gratification. Trace he's doing very well for himself. We all know he's got a lot of Bitcoin, but still he's not living. He doesn't need to have nice shoes. He doesn't wear jewelry. I wear no jewelry either. Apparently Caitlin didn't have any jewelry on there either. And that's the thing. A lot of people love to wear bling, and then they wonder, like, why am I poor? I've got all this bling. I'm rich, aren't I? Look at my bling. And that's how you maintain your wealth. You buy you don't buy wasteful things like that. Now, again, some gold bling might maintain some of its value compared to like a car, and getting a bling car. That's much more ridiculous than getting a bunch of bling. And getting shoes also. You get the shoes that work for you. Okay, you don't need the $1,000 leather designer shoes or whatever. Trace surely doesn't. You don't have to get $1 bin shoes either. And I don't know if he's got $1 bin shoes, but you get the point. So hey, that's it, dudes. Everyone have a happy New Year. Have a fun time with your families if you're going to be with your families this evening. Again, this might be your last show for a little while. We will see what happens in terms of me uploading something for a premiere for tomorrow. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the videos, the links below. Pound that like button, bang that bell button, click on the square. Shana Tova. All right, see ya.